this and maximize.
Indexes, right?
Yeah, and this won't take too long. If we go to Canvas, I did a link to a blog. We can kind of do it, or we can do a little bit different. I'll talk about it as we go. So, has anybody downloaded Windows 10 yet?
No.
It has good reviews. Actually, it has really excellent reviews, even from people that usually hate Microsoft.
Oh,
Wow. My dad was upset. A lot of this turning off Cortana should be a first step.
Oh.
And then you love it.
Well, they've
Really?
all of them have tried this with Cortana and Google Now and Siri. Siri is probably the weakest of them. Google
she's
Now is
done
probably the
this
least annoying. I don't know.
Who does Google?
Yeah, if you speak to Google, say Google Now, what's the nearest restaurant? It's actually pretty good at doing that. But if you ask like Siri, they tried to build in some humor. So if you ask Siri what's the meaning of life, her stack response is 42.
0 divided by 0.
0 divided by 0.
yeah, that's like now everybody's been posting about that online.
But Google Now doesn't. Cortana is actually supposed to be relatively good at the AI bit. It comes from Halo, but
Yeah, I was just gonna say, are Halo fans gonna be buying Wing 10?
but most people seem to like. I mean, like the CNET, and a lot of the reviews have been quite good for Windows 10.
I'm not gonna do it because all of my application programs are not gonna work.
Well, they should. It shouldn't.
You know, if I have like Office 2010 at home, I have Adobe Acrobat, I don't use that stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it would.
Compatibility, it's not, you know,
How? What version of Windows are you running?
8.
Oh, so it shouldn't actually affect your apps at all.
That's
But-
the whole
but,
selling
you know.
point, right?
Right?
That was the whole selling point, is that you could just migrate into it.
Well, it is Windows 8 with basically a front end adjustment.
I hate the front end.
Well, that's what they did away with.
Full start being a little number window.
That's the part they changed.
Yeah, I hate it.
I didn't mind it, but all right, so it's downloadable now for those that want it.
Although they're still working through their reservation list.
Are they?
You reserved a copy.
Which I did, yeah.
When it's in the numbers.
I think they're doing like Windows 8 first and 7. 7 needs some updates. You have to have applied certain updates before it can do Windows 7, I think. But it will do Windows 7. So. But Windows 8 has the same core as Windows 7. You know, they haven't really, mainly they've been playing with the interface. You know, the user components. So where am I going? Full text indexes. And there is a link to the blog, which I will keep open because I don't know if I remember all of this. So a full text index, like I was explaining before, is, we don't have the thing on, do we? I just had a cup of coffee and I really sleepy.
Mhm.
Coffee should wake me up.
That happens to me.
Yeah.
The idiot out back with the weed whacker and the blue eagles, I didn't do whatever, angels or whatever they are. It's like,
Yeah, it's hard to. Summer, it's hard, even if your room is good and quiet and dark, but there's so many things going on,
Yeah.
it's hard to get to bed.
Really took my neighbors who's too, because I leave my windows open.
Oh, yeah.
I swear, someone was screaming outside at 5 a.m. and someone else was grinding their coffee at 6 a.m.
Well, I do that. Our windows are open too, and that neighborhood dogs are very loud.
Oh.
It's kind of neat in the evening because you can hear the coyotes,
Hmm.
which is.
Wow.
Do they come close to your house at all?
It's hard to tell. Sometimes they sound pretty close. I do occasionally have deer in my yard.
Oh.
The whole town is full of deer. I'm not sure. They come and eat everybody's vegetable gardens and flower
Oh, that's
gardens.
so good.
All right. So a full text catalog, as I was saying, is a way of basically you can create an index that allows you to search the internal text of a column. Usually it is on a particular column. So we'll do something like this, but basically what I did is I created a database for it, a new database. Now you don't have to, you can do it on an old database, but you have to add a new file. Full text index requires a new file. It has to have its own file and its own file group. And then, which means you'd have to probably partition out the tables that you would want to do there. Well, actually, I'm not sure. It just needs its own file because my table doesn't say anything about where it goes. And then I added some text there, and we can come up with our own text. But one of the things we do want to do when we do the text is we want to make sure that we have like multiple verb forms and different forms of the word, because one of the things that a full text index will do is it'll let you search for different forms of a word, different grammatical forms. It'll also let you search for words that are near another word. It'll let you do all sorts of kind of sophisticated searches that you can't do otherwise. So let's do I'm going to open up the SQL Server Management Studio and we'll do some of this stuff.
Do we need to open up the admin or just regular?
The what?
Admin to open or just regular?
Just regular.
Okay.
I don't know of anything in the SQL Server Management Studio that you need to do as an administrator. I don't know why you have to do it in Visual Studio. That is weird to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could do this graphically, or I could do it in code. Making the database, do you want to do it in SQL or do it in? I mean, basically, we want to create a new database. So create database. Let's call it full text example. And I'm looking at the blog again because, so yeah, then we altered it to add the file group.
Use master.
Yeah, and I'm in master. If you want to be sure, you can do use master. Generally, the Management Studio is smart enough to realize that if you say create database, that you need to be in master.
Oh.
And so it doesn't really require it, but it's still not a bad idea. I'm going to alter. Did I just wipe everything out?
The Z.
Control Z or that, yeah. So I want to alter database full text example. And what we want to do is add file group. And I'm not sure what I named it. Full text catalog, I named it. I'm not positive that that's it. That might be a required name for it. The book, by the way, doesn't have this. Because they did away with it for other things. Now the databases, it's still part of SQL Server. It's just that the book, I guess they decided other things required more covering. Some of the other newer features, because this has been around for a while. I'm going to do a go there. And then we're going to alter the database and add a file to the file group. Now, the file, we need the path. Actually, I didn't create a...
Yeah, that's different.
I created a file group, go, useful text database. All right, that's done out of... I guess when you do the... Here's where it creates the file group. Or the file. Should we do it in that order? I think it probably doesn't matter, but let's do it in that order. So we'll skip this. So then we'll use the database. Useful text example. And then I believe we just create a table. And what do we want to call it? Here it's called text test, which is a bit hard to say. I'm just going to call it test. All right, so what we need in here is, I'm just going to do a primary key, which will be test ID int identity 11. Doesn't matter actually if it has the primary key or not, but we'll do that. And then we need basically a column that will have a lot of text in it. I guess this could be the test text. And I'm going to make it in varchar 255. I think that's really all we need for this. We could run this part if you want, just to make sure all that works. So mine worked. And if you right-click and refresh on databases, we should have a full example here, and it will have one table. So now what we need to do is insert into this, and then we'll create a catalog of it. Do you guys want to, how imaginative are you?
We get the point.
Do you want to do these sentences or do you want to do
Why
others?
not?
Let's look at them and then we can,
Test was not successful, sad face.
yeah. Couple of things. It's just test. Test was the name of the table. And test text was the table name. Test notes would have been better. All right, so the kinds of things that I was inserting here. So there's test and there's text all over the place, right? There's different forms of success. There's successful, there's success, there's sad, a lot of different forms of sad. And then there's man and min. You know, I was trying to get different grammatical variations, things that could do it. Now, in real life, where you would want to do this, maybe like descriptions, product descriptions. Think of other things where you might want to do it. You could usually a field that's fairly wordy, right? Where you have a lot of words, you're looking for things. Product descriptions are a pretty good one. If you had a book database, book descriptions, you know, the description of the book, things like that, where you're getting a fair amount of text and you might want to search for keywords that aren't the fields in themselves. So I'm going to insert all of these. And then just to see that they're there. I've done this for lots of years and I still don't trust. Okay, so there are our sentences. I think, you know, if I wasn't so tired, if we could probably come up with a better set of sentences.
It's okay, we'll live.
Yeah. Well, this is going to go too fast, too. Then what do we do with the rest of our time?
Lifestyle.
To you.
A lot of new shows.
We'll
to
figure
watch.
it out.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of new shows to watch. Okay, so again, I'm just following this script partially because one of the reasons I didn't review this so that I could do it more from scratch is that in my office I am trying to install Windows 10.
Oh,
So my computer is unavailable there.
oh,
So now we're going to create the full text catalog.
okay.
All right. So the first part is to just create the catalog itself. And basically what we're doing here when we're creating a catalog is this is where we're creating the file that will go in the full text catalog, right? That I hope that's what I named I did name that, right? Full text catalog.
Yeah.
As I said, I think that might be a required name. So when I do execute, it's happy with that. Let's look. I'm going to go to full text example, and I'm going to look at the properties. Maybe I will look at the properties. Why is that taking so long? There they go. So when I look at the files, there is just those two files there. File groups, I've got full text catalog. It has no files though. So what did I just do?
Zero.
Create full text catalog, text description on file group. Oh, that might be. Still doesn't look like it's there. Do you have a file there?
What are you looking for?
A file in the,
No, it said zero.
What?
I see two. File and a log.
right, but there should be, I was thinking there might be something in the,
On the file group.
yeah. Well, so we have the file group.
If you look at file group, it's zero.
I thought there would be a file in the file group.
Yeah, the file.
So there's the full
No,
text,
it's zero.
but it's zero. There's no files in it. It may be actually the next command. Let's look at that. Because here we create the index. key index, where did I get that? Oh, I know where that is. That's got to change.
Oh, okay.
So this primary key is not the primary key. If you go to full text example and tables, and you look at the DBO test and you look at the keys, we want this primary key,
Oh, that's why. it wasn't
Oh,
working.
okay, yeah.
and we want to copy it if we can.
Just pull it over.
Yeah, well, I think we could just pull it. So let me get rid of this one. These are what primary keys look like when you, is that where it goes? When you let the system create it for you. It makes them a bit of a pain.
Wait, but our names are not.
Yeah, we
Their
changed the
name is
names.
wrong. It's-
Right, so we need to change it to
Test.
test. And
test-
instead of test description, it's,
And the test note will be a test text.
well, actually,
It's not just text description, right?
yeah, test description, we did that. That should be correct.
But
That's-
index on test and the test note is test text keeping.
The text description is that file that I think we just did.
We did.
No, test note.
Oh,
The
test
inside
notes.
note is test
You're
text.
right, right.
Uh-oh.
You have to change that, otherwise they don't like it.
Test text.
Oh, I did test notes.
Oh, which makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that completed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to real quickly just check to see if that actually added a file. I'm just curious at this point. Refresh is what I wanted. Oh, so you found it? Okay.
Still zero. On test or on the?
On test, on the this is the primary key of the test table. So I want the properties.
Still zero.
It's still 0.
Yeah, Python, yeah.
What? You don't have a primary key?
Did
Did you
run
do?
any of it? Oh, that's weird.
You did primary key like this? I think that's why I did a primary key. I'm pretty sure it's required. All right, so when you get down to create full text catalog.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Let's see what you got. Did you name your file group full text catalog? Well, that's the database. So I think,
There it is.
so it should, that's what we're doing about.
That's still awesome.
So it should
Is she
be.
making for like a plastic or something? So she likes all these
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There might be an altar. You might need to be in.
Close enough, though.
That's cool. So she likes animals, but also see creation too.
Yeah.
She was even do well
you find
watching.
whales?
She never gets well. Every time,
I've been
twice, right?
twice.
Every time I go, I see it. With him, I didn't see it.
So that should do it. I wonder what.
They had hot chocolate, so I thought.
So I'm going to copy the first query.
And we saw seals.
You can tell how ambitious I am.
seals. Now, seals are cool until you see how they treat fingers.
All right, so
You still want-
it won't work with test notes.
Okay, yeah,
No.
text,
So it's test
just text.
and test text.
From test, right? From test.
So it's text. What have I actually got? It's probably easier just, so it's test ID, which is correct,
You have a test.
and then test text. And then it's from just test. And then, so this would be test text. All right. So this is one of the new words that go with this kind of query, free text. So it's going to look for all the instances. We're just looking for, it's kind of like using like in the other one. Anything that has sad in it, it's going to return. So when I do an execute there, the test was not successful, sad face. The root of satisfaction is sad.
So
Which is actually true. Satisfaction is descended from
Why
sad.
did we have to make
Index
a,
on text test.
What?
why did we have to make a new database?
Well, because we needed another file.
Oh, okay.
Right, index on test.
Oh,
That's awesome. I want to see that.
What did
Did you know artists do other ways too?
Text.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Yeah.
The other thing that is.
How did they make?
So it just should just be free index.
So, you should be text. And then,
Wow.
They eat great.
let me look at that.
Yes.
So this is the table name.
Yeah.
This is the field that has the actual text in it. So whatever you call that. Did you call it text note?
So they'll go by the-
Text, no.
They know from like the gray whale, because the way that gray whales do it is,
Text notes.
you know, they do that, they do whatever. And then the mothers go off to give birth. But it's so far from the rest of the gray whale pod that it takes some days.
Yeah, if you use what is in there.
And so orphan.
And then this
And
under key probably needs to be changed. So if you go down to.
slowly come in and separate out. They wedge in between the mom and the little one.
Oh, it's
Yeah, but the pod is this. So the mom and the baby are going, and they just come in and just, and then just slow down. And we would like enforce the baby, because the baby was born, so they can't like, they can't swim down. And they'll separate out, and then they'll. Oh, probably shouldn't, right? Yeah, I'm bad like that. No, I love orcas, but honestly, I love orcas for their. It's real.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so
Just to make sure you change it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I realize why.
Yeah, so he's probably.
I changed my names a little bit from what the blog.
Oh, but she's just going.
She's fine, got what the blog.
Okay.
Like sometimes they'll do like nice things.
And then, yeah, so once you get it out of the master, then,
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Like
all right, so yeah, if you use the field names that I did, if you're using the blog ones, use the blog ones, and if you're using this one, use this. But free text allows you to find any instance of an occurring piece of text. Why don't we do another one with a different piece of text? What was some of the other stuff I had?
Want?
Want. Let's try want.
And do you have census words?
Seems to me like that was a word I had problems with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing out of it.
And there is some want in there, right?
But there's also quotes inside the one single quote.
Oh.
That could be. What do you mean in
Like inside those single quotes, there's the double quotes around want.
Oh, yeah.
And only for want and success. And success is an asterisk. I don't know.
so I got nothing there. If I do a double quote,
Well, yeah.
does it give me anything then? No. Let me look at
It
my,
worked on mine.
For which one?
we were trying to find want. Men want success.
Oh, yeah.
We should just find it.
That
Well,
didn't.
Why do we have several with double and single
Yeah.
quotes and some have just single quotes?
Well, where is the, so I think double quotes are used for certain,
That would make me think you're looking for want in double quotes.
no, I mean, she said double quotes, so I was trying double quotes. I don't see, you're looking at my queries up ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
But yours is, it says where contents.
Yeah.
Where
Right, right,
content
yeah,
is.
that's a different,
Yeah, and then not free text. Free text.
But it didn't work anyway.
Yeah.
It still didn't do anything.
No, it works for some of the other words. It's just
it does, it just doesn't for want. And as you look at the I think at the top, I said, here's the full text stuff we did in class. I'm still not sure why SQL Server seems to be so allergic to the word want.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
We could try to find want. Yeah, it does work with some of the other words.
It's not giving me
Okay.
I don't see want.
Yeah, I don't see one thing.
There's no want in this text.
Well,
Yeah,
they-
Yeah,
There's
men
not-
want
they
success.
were success.
Can you try?
Very.
Men want success, so it should bring back want.
It's
Yeah.
Can
really
you check
weird.
with it? I did.
I tried the wild card too.
What?
It's instead of want.
Well, yeah, if you do any other word,
It's not giving.
it's not giving it either.
Even if you do the wild card asterisk, it doesn't work.
Well, I don't think free text does the wild card asterisk. I wonder,
the
So-
second to last query going works with the word want in it.
because I think that's using contains
Right,
and it uses text note and it has a asterisk after it.
right, exactly. Yeah, so whatever that's doing, it's working.
So,
That makes no sense why sad would be returning the want.
that's what I don't understand either. And if I
Whatever
do,
stuff is sad, I mean, come on.
if I do success, spelled right, it brings back,
Right.
the success.
It's really weird.
If I want, what were the other words, like men? Does it with free text bring back both? Yeah, so there's man and men. So it sees the differences in, it understands declension and conjugation, actually.
Oh,
So it knows that men and man are related.
so do they, oh, no, oh, success is worse. So I was wondering, it's noun
Success
only?
works, well, want
Want and the must doesn't recognize it.
Want is a verb, but let's
Yeah.
look for,
I was wondering, sad success man can be a noun, so they
that's
recognize the
that's
noun.
actually an interesting question. Let's try is.
His is not. It's not.
Yeah,
It
so
isn't.
bark doesn't work.
I wonder if it only
No.
works on nouns.
No, I
That
was
is,
thinking-
well, sad isn't a noun.
But you can use as a noun, saddest or sad.
Sad is generally an adjective.
Yeah. So maybe not verb doesn't work except all other part or something.
Well, let me see, what have we got up here? We've
Like
got,
always or something.
It's not doing it.
It's interesting.
I wonder, relative it probably will bring
See,
back.
always works too. So maybe like just
Always is an adverb.
not but, right? Always. So that's why, except the verb does work or something.
I'm gonna try relative.
Relative word.
So is verb is not work. How about for?
Actually, mine brought it back. Let's, this is always dangerous.
See, for doesn't work neither. It's kind of interesting.
I just pressed F1.
Oh.
It's supposed to give you context sensitive help.
And relative is it relative? Oh.
I don't want to provide feedback. I just want to see. I don't know if I ever downloaded help, so that's why it's no. I think probably we'd be better off going. I'm just seeing if it has some definitions as to what it's supposed to. Separates a string into individual words based on word boundaries, generates inflectional forms of words, identifies a list of expansions or replacements of the term. I'm just wondering if it says anything. General remarks. Full text predicates and functions work on a single table. Full text queries using free text are less precise than those of full text queries using contains. Full text queries are not allowed in the output clause. Okay. In contrast to the full search, the like translates equals predicate works on character patterns only. Also, you cannot use, well, that's like. I don't care about like. So it doesn't say that it only returns. I do not know why it won't return want. Let's try a phrase. Okay, so I'm looking up at my text. What happens if I say want success? It did, so it'll probably work with this too.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it returns success as well as want.
Oh wow.
Success is a relative term and then want success.
What if you did want in a space? I guess that.
Is want a noise word?
I don't know. It seems like less of a noise word than like did they say that it excludes noise words?
Yeah. So because this guy was having trouble with the phrase that contained of.
Oh, right. So of and
so
and
he
and
said
or.
that was an issue. Wait, we can say. We can look at all of our stuff.
It's still not doing it, it's still
You're not getting
not
anything?
getting anything.
Which one's that? So
Oh, yeah, that's circle.
Yeah, I did the.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't know what you want. When you
Yeah.
tell it that you want.
Yeah.
What are your, so it's just like you. Sorry, but I asked you.
Oh wow.
You rerun when you did the table, you rerun all the,
Yeah,
catalogs.
except for the one that is
It doesn't have to page it, it's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Long stop words. Yep, been looking at the list a little right now.
It might be, but I don't know why it would be.
Yeah. I found a query from Stack Overflow that shows them all. Kind of long. I don't think of it.
But I'm thinking the index is.
Like you and your and who. So, is there
Yeah, I'm
another
thinking that
word
it
like
may have
this
been
in our?
created on master, at the table inside the master still.
That's gonna be like, relevant.
So make sure
So
that
here,
it's in
yeah,
the,
try is and see if that works, because I don't think it will.
yeah, I don't think it will either. I think I tried is.
I found a record on how to fix it.
No,
It's a drop off, you have to drop off full text indexes and the full text catalog, create a stop list and set in the stop list action equals delete all stop words and full text language.
I'm not sure that's worth doing right now. So you have to delete it, and then when you install the full text catalog, you have to use the options not to exclude stop. Yeah.
Um,
And then create the new index.
excellent.
You might have to.
So that sounds like something that should be done.
You could actually just drop the
And I would do this all.
database. Although the index.
Sure, it's like a step,
Yeah.
part of the process. Makes sense, you know? You wanna
It might be worth dropping it.
search for things that you want to do it.
So drop the whole database, drop database. Right. And I think you could actually just copy and paste from the blog and run that, and it should. So actually, that's actually useful to know that there are noise words and that you can't exclude them.
Like a micro.
One of the differences between like and this is that when you do the man a kid, it returns man also. Like wouldn't do that. These are, as I said, these full text indexes are best for things where you're going to be searching for bits and pieces of the text. And description fields are really good. But you kind of need to, well, you could add one after the fact, I guess. You can always alter the database and add the full text index. You can also, when you create them, it's an option that you can create it when you create the database. I mean, at least the things, you'd still have to create the individual indexes. All right, so that's free text. One of the other keywords is contains, which is, as they say, a little bit more precise. So this is, I'm going to just do the first one, which is success. It contains success. Oh, and I got to change all my
so why does it need the other quotes?
I think with contain, it's just part of the, we could look again real quickly to see if we got a good explanation of it. Notice it's got success and success. Contains uses that extra double quotes for the part that it contains for the success. Let's look at a quick. So this is,
So it seems like you have to choose whatever's in like that sentence with want, because I was able to do about.
right, as
success.
long as it's not just the word itself.
Yeah, like want and amend, or, you know.
Oh, that's C sharp. And that's X query. Let me refine my search. Oh, transact SQL. Well, so it specifies a match for an exact word or phrase. Examples of valid terms are blueberry, Microsoft SQL Server. Phrases should be enclosed in double quotation marks. Words in a phrase must appear in the same order as specified as they appear in the database column. The search for characters in the word or phrase is not case sensitive. Noise words or stop words in the full text index columns are not stored in the full text index, which is what we saw before. If a noise word is word in a single word search, SQL Server returns an error message indicating the query contains only noise words. Yeah, but I wonder if it does with contains.
No, that's what it is.
Oh, empty. And then contains, so I'm curious, let's go back here. Do I need the single quotes as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, strange. But it does return, the various forms, success. It didn't return successful.
Would free text have returned successful?
I think so. No. I think there is a one of these other queries.
Well, what if you put a
Asterisk.
Oh, asterisk.
Well, if we did an asterisk, I think it would. But let's do that real quickly. I'm looking for my thing.
Oh, yeah, that would.
So if I do an asterisk, it'll bring back other forms of success. Yeah, so they're successful.
Like single quotes and double quotes.
The single quotes, yeah, are the outside and the. Okay, so this is. I'm going to do this last one. This is the forms of inflectional.
It's still not taking it.
It's still not? I will look. And then I've got to change this to given that I'm copying and pasting so much, I should have used the original names. So this is forms inflectional person. So it's going to look for different inflections of person, I think, which gives me nothing. Why was I doing person? Do we have any person?
would men be considered?
Yeah, let's do man. See what that gives us.
Yeah.
And again, that gives us man and min.
Mhm.
What else do we have in flex? Success might also work here. That just returns success. What other word do we have that's inflected in a way that's changed?
A test works after inflection.
Well, test, but test
Test.
doesn't change.
We only have tests, we don't have tests. Or anything different.
Sure.
Well, let's do that. Let's add.
It worked, test
Should we
or
insert
test.
some text with the varieties of words?
Yeah. Let's think of something that we can inflect a lot. Saw, seen.
Sauce?
Saw, like
Oh.
I see, I saw.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I suppose we could do sauce. I'm not sure that would give us.
Seen, saw, seen.
Yeah, so let's do a couple of those. So what I'm going to do is I keep wanting double quotes. I see. What do I see? I see something. You guys ever play that game? I Spy. I see something blue. Don't know that I do, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do I saw. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed. Let's see. That's Ginsburg. I saw the best. I saw something blue. Why not? I have seen so we have I see, I saw, I have seen. I have been seeing stars lately. Okay, so we have lots of forms of see there. So I'm going to add those rows. And then down here where it says inflection of, I'm going to try inflectional C. And do I get all of those? I see, I have seen, I have been seeing. The only one it doesn't have is I saw, weirdly. Oh, no, it has I saw.
I saw, yeah.
The only one it doesn't have is C.
Where?
Did you actually see?
I did. The first one is
I see something blue.
I see something
Yeah.
blue. What? You're still having trouble? You might have to drop the index.
I dropped it again. I think I've already created
Just
it.
rename it.
Did you drop the index though?
I didn't drop the index.
I dropped the index. Oh, you know what this is? Actually, go ahead. I think what we have to do is change this. So let's get rid of this. Yeah. Rather than the actual. There we go. I wonder why I didn't bring back C. It brought
know.
everything else. It has I saw, I have seen, I have been seeing, but not C. Uh,
And when you search on saw, it returns saw and scene, but still not see.
oh, right, that's interesting. I wonder if C is one of its,
Oh, right, Yep, it is.
C is one of the words that it treats as noise. They have some weird words they treat as noise. It's weird that it would treat it as noise and yet still bring back all the inflections of it.
Most.
Is go in there? Because that has a, it's not a lid, so we could do go. That's out
Go,
of,
gone, goes.
yeah. Yeah, let's see. That's an interesting, let's try that. So I'm gonna add a few more records.
I just changed the scene to go.
But we don't have any, oh, you just in these
Yeah,
things?
who cares if it makes sense?
Well, I'm gonna do a few.
Go work.
I go to work reluctantly. I go to work sadly. I went, oops,
Yeah, go.
wow, they're running over again.
I got went, going, go, gone.
Go.
Well, that's good. So it does, if it doesn't have it in its trash pile, yeah. Okay, so I believe you, but I'll. Anyway, you can kind of see where these could be fairly powerful. Let's see if we can do, I don't know if I have these in the blog. If not, I will do, there's, I know there's some syntax for like near. Let's, and I'm pretty sure it goes with contains. So if I look at this, near. Okay, so this is like where you do your column name and they're near each other. So you list a couple of words that you want to be near each other and then you can say how near. And
So it's like searching for things that are related.
like related, yeah. So what would be, ours text doesn't have a whole lot that would be, but so you want to, it is locationally, how close are they in the text?
Wait,
Yeah,
is 5 like the number of characters apart?
I believe so. So let's see what it says for near. The specifies a positive. This value controls how many non-search terms can occur between. So the terms, I think it might be how many words are in between.
Does this deal with inflectional as well, or just it has to be exact?
That's a good question. Notice that the inner term CC is not counted. The query should match the following string in which the total distance is 5. So BB, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 terms between AA. I think it's words, not characters. Match order specifies whether the terms must occur in a specific order. There are lots of things you can do with near. Let's just try a couple.
So yeah, it's not unfortunate.
It has to be exact matches. So if I do a quick select, I'm just curious.
So if you just do a value of 1, then it gets the word right.
Well, that's right next to it.
Does it go across rows?
I don't think so. I think it's within a row. Well, the table. The table name is oh, you're right. Never mind. Test. Sleep would be useful. All right, so let's see if we can I'm just trying to think of what 2 words.
So yeah, I did successful a lot,
Okay.
and it looks like it is measuring the distance by word.
Yeah, I'm sure that it probably is.
Because I do successful and a lot with a distance of 3, and it doesn't return it, and I do a distance of 4, and it returns it. So that means there's 4 words in between the 2.
Right. It said search terms, and I assume that means words. All right, so let's do. So you did. So this is instead of forms of, it's near, right? And it's not inflectional, it's the term. So you did.
And it's successful.
So man is successful.
I did successful.
We could try a couple. Is there a comma between these?
Is there successful in the same line as man?
Yeah. See, there's
Oh, no,
number 5, and then there's 1, 2, 3 between them.
but you need a comma between man and successful.
Right. And then it's comma 3, right?
Man and successful are in parentheses,
And then 3.
and then comma 3. But the whole thing, no. The whole thing, it's like friend, man, successful, close friend, 3, close friend. End quote.
Oh, in quote after
Yeah.
after that.
So remove that one in the middle,
And then another,
but now you have too many friends.
that's what I thought.
Get rid of the last.
But I need 1 more prems for the end of the contain, right?
Yeah.
I could look it up, but you're better at just guiding me. So if I execute that, so I did find man and successful. If I do 1, do I have successful man in there?
No.
Nope. So that was 4, 3, whatever it was. Let's try one other one of these, and then we'll look and see. But so you can do. I'm trying to think of real life. There are a lot of times when you'd want to see if one word was near another one. But I'm trying to think of a good example. Does anybody have an example off the top of their head?
What?
Where you would want to find one word near another one?
Something addition to the.
Yeah, SQL Server. Yeah, you could do.
Which addition you want to have.
Right. There's also, I mean, I can I'm just on the edge of things where I could think you would want to look. For instance, you might want to be looking for, I'm thinking high definition video or something. So you want HD,
Terms that go together that can be used as
right? So you could do something like high definition something something video, and you want to make sure that it's high definition and video, those two terms. And I think when I was looking at that there are ways to be a little less precise about how many terms are in between. I think that's what the max was doing, right?
Just as long as it has both terms.
Yeah, it's basically just having both terms no matter where they are. Let's try that. If I did this instead of 3, if I do it as max, I don't know if that works because I haven't looked it up. It still only gave me that one, but that may be the only two where they're together. Let's see if we can do something else, different terms. Sad. Got sad in various places. I'm not sure I have good things to look for this.
Would you be able to do the inflectional C with blue? Like how we created this for records that have blue and then the different inflections of C.
So do like near, and then do so you're thinking like inflectional C?
Yes, and then also have blue.
I don't know if it'll read that. It's probably like that. It's not complaining yet. The max gap argument in near clause must either be
maybe you need to capitalize it.
which one?
Max should probably be all caps.
I don't think that matters actually.
Well, in the inflectional, we also did that forms of,
What?
we also did the forms of inflection.
Oh, it is, you're right. Forms of. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can embed them, although it's worth trying. I'm just looking to see if there's something. Is I something that they've so if I get rid of forms of inflection, if I do I in blue, is that right? I was thinking I left something near. Let me look at the syntax for that. That looks correct. What am I doing wrong? Oh, the quote should be before that.
No, that's right.
It says that I have an error.
You need 2 quotes in the front. Or sorry, 2 friends in front of I.
Like that. Okay. But it didn't find anything. Why didn't it find anything?
What were you freezing?
just I in blue.
No, I mean, what's your text and stuff like that?
So I was just looking, I see something blue, I saw something blue. I have seen the bluebird.
No, but, oh, maybe I is noise.
It could be I is noise, which is,
No, I is not noise. Just try for the heck of it, pretty maximum.
yeah, I really don't think that'll matter. I think if I gave it a value, what did you say, Sarah?
I was having more fun with stuff that's there.
Oh, there is probably a
Yes,
noise.
All the theirs are stop words. Theirs and them, then, more might be, I know most is. Yeah, more is a stop word. Yep, might is even a stop word.
I think they're a little bit overly aggressive on the stop words.
I mean, there's 104.
It's not doing any with I. You sure I isn't, huh?
It starts at if.
Oh, well. This is something one could play with for a
Oh, wait, I
long
take
time.
that back. Every single letter is a stop word by itself.
Oh, every single letter is a stop word by itself.
Yeah.
Is there any way, like, quoting it that would make it different?
No, this guy, oh, I got rid of it. There was a Stack Overflow that said something about like a function you have to run to make it more stop words. Or set up your own stop words.
Still didn't do it. All right, probably enough play with this, but there are things you can do here, which I'm not going to go into, which, again, you can turn off the stop words and you can make your own dictionaries. So you can add dictionaries to these, to the index. It's a painful process, but it is possible for you to identify search terms and your own, basically your own full text index. You can manually create the text. It's basically like creating you might consider it like a hash table or I'm trying to think of another word, JSON, basically where you got pairs. You just pair things for the searches. It's a pain though. I have seen it done, but it's things, but you can add to these. Anyway, the main thing I wanted to show you was that full text search can be useful, especially like for an online search for product details, things like that. It could be quite useful. Did you ever get yours to work, Jill?
Yeah, I did get it.
The text of the original is online. Do you want me to put the text of this one too?
So wait, what happened? Did you ever get the last thing to work?
I never got it to work. Did you? So I can do forms of. That worked pretty well. And when I did the near, some of them worked. Depending on what terms I was looking for. The wild card in there is what is a noise word and what isn't. So I'm curious. I'm going to do work and day. I am going to try max on that rather than specify. And it gives me the one that has work every day.
Wasn't there more than one that had?
Well, so there was actually there's more than one that had work. So there's work every day, and then there was
Oh,
yesterday.
yes.
I don't know if you can put asterisks in here. Same effect. It ignored yesterday, so. So contains is supposed to be more precise than free text, although sometimes free text seems to work better. And I'm trying to think, I don't know that there's, I think all of the special things are with contains. There's inflectional, thesaurus, that's what you can make. It's not that you can make your own dictionary of your whole full text, but you can create a thesaurus where terms are matched with their synonyms.
So if you had your own abbreviations that you talk about.
Right, so if you had abbreviations that your company used, or if you were searching for things, maybe two terms for the same product. I'm trying to think of what they could be. Maybe book, ebook, if you're searching that, or handlebar. And there might be a more technical term for handlebar in the adventure works. So yeah, basically, when you're searching, you can create a thesaurus, which will do synonyms, so that if you're searching for one term, you also get the other term. And that's the part you have to do yourself. Configure and manage thesaurus files. Generic proximity term, which is near. Fox near chicken. That's near. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Oh, the match order. If you have a true at the end, that means that they have to be in the same order that you specify. Otherwise, it doesn't matter as long as they're in there. Is about. I haven't used that one. And there's weighted terms. So you can give a weight or a value to different terms. And then it has examples of all of that. All right, I think that's good enough. So to turn in, you can just turn in the script today, and I'll post it too, so if you didn't get it all. So I'm going to post this into the blog. I'm just really tired today, and I'm not entirely sure why. What? It may be. I think it's just partially so. I went to that thing last night, which shouldn't have been a big issue. I got home by 11, but I don't know. And I don't sleep super well a lot of times. So I think I slept better than some nights.
Okay.
I don't remember the cats bothering me.
Yes.
Maybe they were.
Yeah. They usually wake me about 4 in the morning because they want food. The cats.
Oh.
I was reading that cats usually know who to wake, who will wake up and who will feed them, who do things like that. They don't. Cats meow. Cats don't talk to each other.
Oh, really?
They meow only for humans.
Oh.
And they pitched it. That's what they have a studying cats for in terms of their evolving in how they relate to humans. The meow is purely for humans, and it's pitched at the same basic pitch as a human baby cry,
Oh, wow.
so that we're instinctively
Oh, kind of
attracted
think
to it.
and-
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
but they don't vocalize among themselves except to scream.
Yeah.
Right? You know, in their
You guys seen Inside Out
I haven't.
yet? Hard to see it with the cat.
Oh, I know, I told her about that.
It's the best thing ever.
I told you.
Well, Inside Out is a Pixar movie
Oh.
about.
I know what. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know what it's about, but I haven't seen it yet.
So basically, the whole movie follows just one girl's brain and her feelings, but at the very end, you get a glimpse into other people's feelings too, and they show inside a cat.
Oh.
And when they first show you like the cat's brain headquarters, there's no one there. The cats kind of like wander in, they're like playing with each other, and then one walks across the keyboard, and then they show the cat in real life like just jump out and go haywire. It's pretty accurate. Yeah. Or like when the girl talked, like a teenage girl bumps into a teenage boy, and they show the headquarters of the boy's brain, they're like freaking out. They're like, "What do we do? Oh my god, freak out!" And he's just standing there.
It's actually an experience.
I've heard that actually. I like Pixar. They generally take ideas that you think, now that's not going to work, and they make really good movies out of them.
Yeah, they're very.
The only ones that I would question are like Cars.
The what?
The
Oh,
first
Cars?
one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like the personalities.
Oh, for the
The
cars.
Italian cars.
George Carlin, people, the big.
Yeah.
Speak of your bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of the Pixar movies, so that's probably my least favorite.
I mean, it's hard to really get as great of a reaction as Toy Story did.
Toy Story was good. Toy Story was probably their best, yeah. And actually, all three of them are pretty good. So I posted that. I kind of want to see that, although I'll probably see it on DVD or Blu-ray. Or, they were said that in their scientific study of cats, they said that humans never domesticated cats. Cats just moved in.
Oh,
And humans didn't throw them away because they were actually performing a useful duty. They were cleaning up garbage and pests. Oh,
Dedicated to something, some stray cat wandering through the back door, without a door.
I believe it. That's kind of choose their homes. Like we had a cat on our street that was owned by a family down the street, but he like chose which house he wanted to hang out at.
Whatever previous time.
Whoever feeds him.
Yeah, whoever feeds him.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.